Hello friends, this is Coldrun, back with Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. We're here in the Archeion, which is this like underground repository of knowledge in Labyrinthos. And we have a bunch of side quests here that popped up, so let's check some of these out. Let's see, did I get this ether right? It said there's a home point. It was previously Tamamizu. For leveling up Stormblood stuff, I think. Okay, let's just, pick a place and start. Shushu Tabi. I like you. Your name is friggin' adorable. It sounds like Shush the Baby. Yes, can I help you? Yeah, what do you do here? I'm an archivist at the Archeion. I inspect all that's sent here to be stored and judge the threat they may pose. From cursed relics to disease-bearing creatures, we house some extremely hazardous materials. Such specimens must be kept securely sealed. And so, yeah, so it's a structure built for the purpose of safely and securely housing all manners of specimen, both animate and inanimate. Together with the literary archive of Numenon, it houses much of Charlene's gathered knowledge, a veritable treasure trove of mankind's accumulated wisdom. Yeah, it's no wonder that they view knowledge with such a religious, like quasi-religious fervor. I mean, that they feel like they have such a purpose. All right, VL. Potluck. Whoa, oh God! Whoa, what did I do? I just learned about a new thing. I can use R3 to resize, apparently. Neat. Potluck. VL appears to be in a state of annoyed bewilderment. I'm terribly sorry to bother you, but might I ask a small favor? I just saw the gleaner I'd hired for a job, and he seemed awfully, well, jittery, I suppose is the word. And when I tried to ask him what the matter was, he met my eyes for a moment and then bolted out of the room. I should like to catalog the items he was meant to bring and get them safely stored, but I refuse to play this ridiculous game of curl and mouse. Would you mind tracking him down for me? Last I saw, he was dashing off towards Pasmerant Pastureponics. That is quite a mouthful as far as a place name. Pasmerant Pastureponics. I know hydroponics is like a kind of jock bait. That's really funny. Hydroponics is like a kind of greenhouse sort of thing, something like that. Is that right? I don't know what this will be. Labyrinth Narbrui. A Narbrui. That's a new one. Here's the jittery gleaner with a far eastern pot. So, yeah, why are you all jittery, friend? Gods and scholars, don't sneak up on me like that. Can I help you? Yeah, you got your employer's a little worried. My employer sent you, did he? Well, he'll be pleased to know that I was able to purchase all his requested items, Far Eastern items of cultural significance. The pot was one of them, but I was leery of simply handing it over. I think there's something alive inside. You tell me where this is. Yes, yeah. Oh fucking God! This is a Namazu, isn't it? You tell me where this is. Yes, yes. This is 100% a Namazu. There! You heard that, didn't you? I knew it wasn't my imagination. How did did it fall asleep? You seem a well-traveled sort. What sort of creature might we be dealing with here? I think it's a vampire. It's Namazu, trust me. One which will feed the whole family. Yes. You know what? Screw the Namazu. Oh, very funny. You're one of those who like to make jests in a serious tone of voice. It was a jest, yes? Yes? Well, now that I'm here, I might as well try to make the most of my misfortune. See the sights, try the food, that sort of thing. Convey my pot to the nearest inn, if you please. Oh, so it's seeing it as like a rickshaw. Seeing as our guest is so eager to stay, the least I can do is sponsor his visit and help fill out the paperwork. Meanwhile, I'd appreciate it if you could explain the situation to my employer. No, I would be freaked out too if the pot I got started talking to me. Did you really just not open the pot up, though? When I closed my eyes, I did not expect to wake up in a different country. No, no. Yeah, well, that's how it goes, I guess. You fall asleep in a pot, and who knows where you'll get ported off to. So, VL, it turns out you got more than just a pot. Did you catch up with the Gleaner? What did he have to say for himself? I don't remember any of the voices I gave, so these are going to change. Apologies. Are you telling me that the Namazu are real? You really didn't know the Namazu were real? By the scholar, I thought the stories of such beings were just that, stories. And now we have the chance to speak with one in the flesh. We really must house this visitor here in the Archeion and record the conversations for posterity. Oh yes, you've been very helpful. Now, if you don't mind, I have preparations to make. I mean, that's really surprising. Like, I guess they're a repository of knowledge, but they're an unusually insular repository of knowledge here in Charleon. Like, I get that they have gleaners that go out, but it's not the same as being part of, like, an international network. So, yeah, there's definite downsides for them of, even in terms of pure knowledge, not aside from the war and peace stuff, of being as isolated as they are. Alright, burly researcher. Looks at you appraisingly, an Ore-Ful Lot. You look strong, sturdy, and most importantly, idle. Which is a wonderful coincidence, as I'm in need of a spare pair of hands. Let me explain. You've kind of that Ilbert hair. I sent one of my younger colleagues off to the FFXIV to organize a shipment of ore, but after a second glance at the order sheet, I realized why it was taking him so blasted long. Seems the order was more than triple the size we usually handle. Something to do with all these large-scale preparations, I suppose. I can hardly expect that pup to shift it all on his lonesome. Yeah, I come and pitch in the hall with the hauling, and I'll make it worth your while. What say you? I am all on board. Good. Many hands make light work. Well, lighter at least. Let's go. Oh, you're coming too. I thought you were just sending me off to help. Nice. You're a hands-on dude. Lightly built lab assistant. Okay. Please tell me you're the help that I was promised. Oh, thank the stars. My supervisor came past not a moment ago and scooped up half the ore himself. I swear he's part forest troll, but even so, I don't think he could manage the rest without doing myself an injury. I don't think I can manage doing the rest. Listen, if I take this crate, do you think you could carry the other load? Once you have it settled into a comfortable grip, I'll lead us where we need to go. Yeah, I got you. Commence hauling. Let's go. 3 minutes to complete the task. Oh, no! Okay. What? Okay. I assume I'm going to have to dodge stuff as I go. Let's get moving before my arms fall off. Okay, try not to fall behind. I will try. Yeah, I assume that... Where are we going anyway? I don't know. But we have this wonderful, jaunty music to accompany us. I assume that there's going to be stuff we have to dodge along the way. And no enemies to dodge so far, which is surprising, to be honest. And we're arriving at... What is this called? Is this Medial Agronomics? No, this looks like it's a ways away from there. That ought to do it. Come back into the Archeion and I'll pay you what you're owed. Okay. Thanks. I think I can handle the rest from here. The worst of it is over. No problem. Can we enter here? We cannot enter here. I'm glad you came along when you did. I can't be hauling ore all day, and my colleague's not exactly built for hard labor. The FFXIV is where we store our mineral deposits. That's what that place is called, the FFXIV. You see, and it is our job to field and fill requests from our fellow researchers. But we're not equipped to process orders of this quantity, especially if the Central Circuit keeps sending up requisition papers at the same frenzied pace. We'll run out of stock before long, assuming our backs don't give out first. Anyway, you're not here to listen to me gripe. Take your wages and good work. Why is it called the aesthetes tholos? Because aesthetes is like someone who appreciates like the way things look, right? Like an aesthetic, An aesthete, someone who like likes an aesthetic. What is tholos? Tholos is a type of Greek tomb. Or just a type of Greek architecture. Yeah, there's a tholos tomb is like a domed, like the style of building that we saw over there. Okay, neat. I don't know why it's called the aesthetes tholos, though. All right, Borogchin. What do you have? Uncommon sense. Borogchin eyes you with a calculating look. You have an air of dangerous competence, and you are most certainly not Charlatan. Yes, you should do nicely. For what, you may ask? As an overseer of the wildlife in this sector, I often find myself in need of new volunteers to help with the feeding. I don't know why I'm giving her an accent. She's probably born and raised in Charlian. While I am perfectly content to perform the task myself, it would be unwise to allow the carnivores to grow too accustomed to my scent, or that of any of my colleagues for that matter. Which is why I am pleased to encounter fresh meat like you. You're not really selling me on this task, Borogchin. So, what say you to a brief foray into the forest? You'll be provided with suitable recompense, of course. Wonderful. Here, take these chunks of raw flesh and just set them down at these locations. Hurry back as soon as you're done. Thanks for the raw flesh. I'll just put it in my pocket here and it'll be off and running. Wait. Before, the last quest had me go over here for the aesthetes tholos, but they're saying that this is the aesthetes tholos. So is this the aesthetes tholos? This is the aesthetes tholos. That is a tongue twister of a location name, I'll say. I can comfortably say that. Anyway, let's see what happens when we put fresh meat out here for carnivores. Oh, nothing. I'm sure we'll be just fine. I'm sure nothing will happen in the next one too. A generous hunk of glistening flesh, sure to sate the appetite of even the most voracious carnivores. So that was uneventful. Nothing came to attack me, so yeah. Look at you, all finished and with a distinct lack of bleeding and sobbing. Yeah, I guess that's how I am. This is why I prefer to employ mercenary types to feed our more aggressive specimens. Fortunately, I can simply let the carnivores hunt down their own meals most of the time, but this is a closed habitat. If we don't intervene to fill bellies on occasion, the delicate equilibrium between predator and prey will all come crashing down. Thank you for helping to maintain that balance. No problem. I didn't see what carnivores were coming there. I mean, there were some birds nearby and some of those like weird plant-like beings, so maybe it was just them that was helping to feed. All right, we got a hard task to digest from Chatbert. Like Chatbot or Charbert. Oh, no, never mind. I apologize for... That's an insult to even compare this person, this poor stranger who could have done no harm to anyone, to Charbert from Heaven's Ward, who I think was the killer of Harshaphon. A hard task that Chatbert appears to have worked himself into a panic. And we'll be all right. I just need to... Oh, gods, what do I do? Oh, yep. I asked the gleaner to bring me a lively Koblin specimen, but perhaps I was a tad too insistent on the lively part. The thing flung itself about with such force that it broke the wall of its enclosure and escaped. For a moment I considered chasing it myself, then realized it would likely beat my soft academic frame into a bloody pulp. Yeah, as an English major and philosophy major, I feel you. You, on the other hand, seem to possess a rather high degree of fortitude. The last I saw, it was skittering off towards Mornvale Forest. Please track it down and subdue our frisky fugitive, stuff it in the sturdy stack, then bring it back here to me. My humble gratitude will be yours, as well as cash. Let's go get the Koblin. We're used to that. We grew up in Ul'dah, and so we're used to them throughout the mines and really everywhere. got you. Oh, thank goodness! It lets me just kill it as much as possible, and then once it's at 0 health, basically, I just pop it in a sack. Okay. I know that in like the Realm Reborn fates and stuff, you could accidentally kill stuff, but really since Stormblood, I think they made it so that they just freeze at 0 and go out of combat. All right, Koblin filled sack. The sturdy sack contains 1 subdued, standard-sized Koblin. Did you get it? You bagged the Koblin? I did indeed, my friend. Oh, praise the scholar. You see, I've been assigned to evaluate the dietary claims of a work entitled Koblin Cuisine, and had been about to prepare my first dish. How will it taste? Is it even edible? You, my friend, have made it possible for me to answer such questions. Thank you for your contribution to culinary science. I think I will let you do the tasting on that. Yeah, I'm okay taking a backseat. There's one more here. Raised on the Fallen. Oh god, that's such a cool mount. Syntax Laureus. This is the mount from what is it, from Eureka, right? So friggin' cool. One of the best in the game, I think. Alright. Nanagali. Nanagali is looking at you with motherly concern. Madame, if you could hold out your hand, I have something you really must eat. Please, I insist. Oh, okay. Is that not the juiciest, sweetest, most invigorating thing you've ever tasted? I just finished baking a batch, and judging by your somewhat wan complexion, I thought you could use a little treat. Oh, don't worry, I know exactly what I'm feeding you, as long as it's not friggin' Koblin. Though I've settled here in this haven of archived cultural treasures, I was once a student of the nutritional sciences at the Faculty of Medicine. The knowledge from that course certainly comes in useful when it comes to keeping my weary colleagues healthy and hale. Although I do struggle to find the time to collect all the ingredients I need. So there is, well, no, I was going to say, because we know the Last Stand is like the only place that appreciates good food, but they still care about food's nutritional value. They just don't care about its taste for the most part here. In fact, I wonder if you'd be willing to help in that regard. I was about to head out and gather some things east of here, but if you could scour the area to the northwest for a couple of rotting logs, I'd be ever so grateful. Sure. Why do you want rotting logs? Any luck with the logs? Yeah, I found a couple of logs, but I don't see anything special about them. The description just says they're basically just decaying logs. Yeah, decaying remains of a fallen tree. Yes, these should be riddled with the little darlings. Oh god, you're going to eat bugs off of them or something, right? Thank you, both from me and on behalf of my shirt would be appreciative. What did you just feed me? Fellow archivists. After all, no dish has more nutritional value than one made with beetle larvae. Dude, I just ate. Really? And the quest is even, the quest is even called Raised on the Fallen. I really should have picked that up. But boy, do I regret accepting drinks from anyone, accepting food from anyone in this game. Deeper into the maze. Alphinaud's gazing into the Archeion with an appraising look. Well, we won't learn anything of value standing out here. Let us proceed into the main building and speak with the custodian. Speak with the Archeion custodian. Yeah, I am good friends with those in the Archeion right now. I have helped them with all their all their gross nutritional needs. Archeion custodian. Greetings. We are here to Alphinaud. Greetings. We are here to peruse the Archeion's vaults. Custodian. Peruse? You are certainly not gleaners, then. Might I ask your affiliation? Cryle. We belong to the students of Baldessian, but is that relevant? I was given to believe the vaults, those open to the public at least, were, open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restricted. Only persons involved in the reorganization efforts are permitted to enter. I like your haircut, friend. Ishtola. Not us, then, I suppose. I suppose we had better move along to another facility. You're giving up that easily? Cryle. This building has a lift that connects the middle tier, yes? Might we at least make use of that? Oh, he's shaking his head. That service has also been suspended, I'm afraid. For the time being, priority has been given over to the conveyance of inventory. That kind of makes sense, actually. Alizé. So, what? So this is as far as we can go? I apologize for the inconvenience. Please come again after our restructuring operation is concluded and the world is over. I just made that last part up. I assume that's included, though. Alizé. By that time it will be too late, and we were so close to getting answers. Stola. We need to rethink our approach. Let us step outside for the moment, shall we? Yeah, so even the public libraries here in Charlian are blocking us. Not all of them, but this one. Custodian. Students of Baldessian. That was a weird conclusion to that. Alright, let's take a look at what your ideas are. Cryle. Labyrinthos is constructed in the shape of a mortar. The upper layer is called the outer circuit, and the medial circuit lies one tier below us. Okay, good to know. Is it just the medial circuit? I mean, medial implies middle, so maybe there's going to be a lower, or maybe the middle is just it. Probably the middle is just it. Alizé. If they're going to close off facilities, they ought to announce it. The students must be furious. Alphino. The Four must be wary of exposure to so heavily restrict the use of public institutions. Yeah, I think they are wary of it. Alright, what do you got, Ishtola? We are at an impasse. As we have no other leads, I should like to pursue this one further. But I doubt our stone-faced custodian will be swayed by heartfelt pleas. We must seek another means of access to the lower levels. 'Tis likely that the people in this area are involved in the restructuring in one way or another. If we were to ingratiate ourselves, they might allow us to accompany them on the lift. Let's ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong backs to lighten the load. I already helped him out. We should be all set, but I'm sure that the side quests don't count for this. Speak to people outside of Archeion. Unfortunately, Shushutabi is not one of them. Our bemused student. Am I taking the lift? Oh no, we're just students. They won't let us into the Archeion, even though we found... Well, actually we have no idea what it is we found. There's no record of such a creature anywhere, but it was wandering around Tranquility, and so we thought to donate it to the vaults. A muffled voice. Do you just put all your creatures in boxes? Ah, this little squeal, don't you think? Anyway, suppose we'll have to take care of it until the Archeion is open again. I don't know what's squealing inside the box, but you're probably not treating it the best. But I don't know, maybe it would bite people if you let it out. I don't know what's in there. So I will try to not judge. Bone-weary worker, currently near the wonderfully named Jockbait. Oh, what's that? Take you down the lift with me. Sorry, not a chance. I've been up and down all day. Only now have I finally found a spare moment to rest. I did see a gleaner heading out the gate there, though. Shouldering a large pack, some manner of task. Maybe he'll be headed down below after he's done with whatever it is he's doing. Thank you. And I like your glasses, bone-weary worker. Those are actually pretty cool. Those are like the opposite of horn-rimmed glasses. Alright, we're searching for a pack-bearing gleaner. Hey, it's Erenville from the first area. Quiet. You'll frighten it away. What are you looking for? Ah, it's you again. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of another task. The cloudkin I need to capture is close. Very close. Yeah, I helped you capture that was a grizzled mouse from before, so... you wish to help me with this too? You spend your time in unusual ways, my friend. Still, 2 hunters are generally better than 1. Very well. The canal here is a common gathering spot for birds of all kinds, but the one I'm after today is the hornbill. Its feathers are green, and its cry a distinctive caw. Single it out and shoot it with the sleeping dart. The effects are short-lived, so a lion wait down by the riverbank to claim our quarry. Be sure to hit the right one. Oh, is this going to be another one of those aiming minigames? It looks like the answer is yes. Okay. Oh, I missed it. How am I missing? There. Gotcha. Oh, see, the wrong bird. I thought you were the one that was cawing. Failed! Oh, gosh. I am a terrible person. I really thought you were it. Okay, so clearly Oh, with Greenbird, which caused I'm being a dunkus. Never mind. I'm a huge, big old dunkus. There we go. Sorry about that, Erenville. I hope you will forgive me. Yay! It only took me hitting 2 birds incorrectly and pumping their veins with tranquilizer.
A fair shot.
Oh, that's not what I expected. Well, I got your voice not too off. A fair shot.
Nicely done. Let me truss this one up and I'll make my way over to you.
Okay. I also didn't know you were male until just now. I think you're male.
There you are. Any new revelations? So you met with that gleaner again, this time to capture a hornbill?
I did.
I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
Are they trying to inoculate them or something?
Oh, it's a simple thing, really. Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose. Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a gleaner's duties.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't expect that, but I like that.
But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
Is that Charlian for like a nice farm upstate? Oh no, actually below. Well, what's below? Is that where you kill it?
levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers hand-picked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth.
Even Archons? Okay.
Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly need with a hornbill? An experiment?
It seems likely, but I don't know why specifically a hornbill, but an experiment does seem the most likely.
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation. But judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research. I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
To migrate? Who? All of Sharlayan? I mean, it does fit with the idea that they probably are, like, I don't know. It does fit with the idea that they're probably, like, trying to make preparations for the apocalypse, but why would they migrate for that?
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
Yeah, so 100% you're preparing for the apocalypse, even if you, Erenville, don't know that.
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our tasks, we gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the Forum's plans.
Why would you migrate, though? Like, what about Mericidia would make it more likely to be a good place to be than just staying here in Sharlayan?
Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations.
Makes sense.
Now, I really must be going. I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
How about with a trip in the elevator?
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, mayhap we could accompany you as your assistants.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift.
Oh, bummer.
I will of course follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
Indeed. Pray forget I said anything.
Yeah, she doesn't want to raise any alarms. Or maybe she's playing on his guilt.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down.
Oh. Okay.
This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the Medial Circuit below.
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
You're
And it
quite
keeps us
welcome,
out of sight.
but consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
Good day, Erenville. Hope to see you down the line.
Well, turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
Yeah, we got this. 100%. It's an ominous zoom in on the path. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm seeing too many things as ominous because the friggin' expansion is called Endwalker. So we made the trip here to this mine shaft. Cryo. I never would have noticed this cave on my own. Thank the scholar that Erenville knew of it, and that you were there to persuade him to share. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's exactly a secret, but it's certainly not well known. Alizé. I took a quick peek inside, but it's awfully dark in there. Y'shtola, what do your cat eyes see? The Medial Circuit, which Erenville mentioned, is the tier directly below us. Unlike the lowest level... Okay, so there is a lower level beyond that. Unlike the lowest level of Labyrinthos with its rigid security, one can usually roam the middle layer quite freely. Let us see what we might find. Alpha no. This must be it, the entrance to the mine shaft. 'Tis faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures homed there by the researchers, you think? Well, slavering beasts aside, we will need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and such before we continue. And let's tighten our new headgear. Oh, hey, level 81. The Gaja skin circlet of casting. So this is worse than what I have now, but let me see what it looks like anyway. Oh, it's just like a headband. Yeah, pretty sweet though. I like it. Just like a black headband. Okay. The Medial Circuit. Alizé seems eager to get underway. Assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then I say we head on in. Given the terrain ahead, I thought it might be wise to leave some distance between us. We don't want to be stumbling over each other if it comes to a fight. Take it slow, and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. We can meet up again at the other end of the tunnel. Smart idea. I mean, I don't think you want to get separated too much, but you don't want to be all on top of each other. Alright, so this is a zone called the 33rd Facet. Yeah, just a... Boy, this is a high mine shaft. Holy cats. We got Mithril Cap, just another of those mushroom dudes. A bunch of those mushroom dudes. Just looking if there's any lookout points. Nothing I see. Aha! I was just exploring. So I think I had to go that way and down and around, but I want to explore the rest of this cave, and I found an ether current. Two down. Made it. Y'shtola. That mine shaft was infested with mithril caps. Some sort of research project, I wonder? I suppose they are a most unusual creature. Why did they develop such long limbs when all they do is shuffle about narrow tunnels? Mysteries of evolution. Alizé. Kakushu, did you know Cryo almost took a tumble back there? She can't possibly still be dizzy from the lift. Ah, shit. No, it's the voice of God, presumably. Cryo. I was being careful, I swear. The slope was steeper than I thought, and I lost my footing for a moment. That's all? I'm not injured if you don't count my pride. Yeah, I don't... God, don't... We already have... One Urianger is plenty. Alpha no. Everyone seems to have made it through without incident. Nothing of consequence, at least. And as promised, the tunnel has delivered us into the Medial Circuit. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a variety of samples for agricultural production. If Erenville's assumption holds true, that specimens are being collected in preparation for a great migration, then we should see evidence of such plans in the area's research projects. Let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. Let's see what we see. I don't think I'll be able to get past this southern building, but I do want to check it out while I'm here. Can I go inside? I can. What is this place? Logisticon Alpha. You know what? Let's hold off on this for now, because I'm certain we'll come across this in the main story as we go. Is that what's below on the final tier? Yeah, it is. That's the lower level, and that's some kind of furnace, protective fencing, like Jurassic Park down there. Yeah, this is a farm, all right. At least it looks like a farm. And these are I've seen the grapes here, the memed on grapes. Kryl. Aha! Now I know where we are. This is Medial Agronomics. Home of the world's most prismatic grapes. Labyrinthos is homes to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies on cultivation methods utilized in foreign lands. And it is this facility which coordinates and oversees those efforts. The fruits of their research go to feed their Labyrinthos colleagues, or so I hear. Alizé. More notable successes make it to the Agora. Foods so exotic you'd be hard-pressed to guess their origin, let alone how they might taste. Kryl. Indeed. Mystery vegetables without a name, only a list of nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. Alphino. I see no gleaners hereabout, yet these workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. It is possible they know something of the form's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? I would say. See what you can coax from the workers. The rest of us will do the same or cast about for useful clues. But we will do that next time, because I am out of time for this particular session. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all later. Okay, bye-bye.